Face-offs won by the guard. Alger with the puck. He's right around. He's trying to wrap that puck around. He skates it through the zone. He tries to get it over to the fence, but that puck's intercepted. Illinois now coming through the neutral zone. They're in the middle of the ice. They're trying to push it out. That's poked away by Barr. Barr now hustling into the neutral zone. He skates past it. Illinois comes back the other way. Illinois then dumps the puck down into the zone. Simonson now battling in the far corner. Puck comes to Barr. He gets it over across ice. Illinois forced to regroup in their own zone. They skated in around behind the net. They then pass it over the half wall. They then throw it up the ice. That's going to be offsides. Faceoff's won by the Guardians. That kicks out to Campbell. Campbell now moving it up the middle of the ice. He holds on to possession. He takes a shot. That's blockered away by the goaltender. Barr now with it in the corner. He circles back the other way. He's trying to get in the middle. Passes it up to Campbell. He can't get too much of a shot on that, and that goes wide. Puck then comes out of the zone. Conlon picks it up in his own end. He skates around behind the net. He stops. He comes back the other way. He now looks cross ice. He tries to get it up. Barr now with it. He's going to skate it out of the zone. He's going up the far side. He chips it around, trying to get it deep. Now O'Brien picks up. He throws it into the middle of the ice, and it's picked up by Team Illinois. They pass it into the middle of the ice, going through the neutral zone. They skate at the outside, put a shot on net. That's kick saved away. Wall then slides over to get that rebound. Very nice save by Wall. Guardians then throw it out of the zone. That's going to go the length of the ice, but that's going to be on net, no icing. Illinois picks it up. They pass it up the ice. They then move it into the middle. They're moving through the neutral zone. They get it to the outside. Voracek steps up. The net then tries to get a poke at it. Illinois goes D to D, then dump it down deep into the zone. Voracek racing into the corner to battle. The Illinois D able to hold that zone. They push it in, still battling here on the half wall. That kicks out. Illinois D unable to hold the zone. That forces them back in the neutral zone and back into their own zone. They then pass it. That's going to be offsides on the Guardians. Guardians making some last-minute line changes here. Face-off just outside the zone. Ahlgren pushes that puck forward. Barr's trying to hold that zone. Ahlgren pass comes to Barr out in front of the net. He steps around one guy. He gets it up backhand. He shoots. Cuts back. Ahlgren then puts it on net. It's blocked or kick saved away by the goaltender. Illinois now skating it out of the zone. Poked away by Simonson. That's going to be offsides. Just comes out of the zone. Illinois wins the draw. Back to their D. They skate it around. Their D starts to move it up the ice. They pass it up to the forward and they gain the zone. O'Brien's there. The back check. Now picked up by Ahlgren. Ahlgren now with speed going through the neutral zone. He's trying to get around the defense. He's bodied. He shoots. That comes out to Barr. Barr shoots again. That goalie is able to get around and stop that. Comes out to Morvacek. Morvacek pinches, able to hold his own. O'Brien now trying to get that puck deep. That goes over to Barr. He steps over. Can't quite hold on to it. Illinois now picking it up. Illinois coming up the wall here. They skated into the zone. Morvacek then pinches them off. Ahlgren in to help out. Illinois regains control. Both teams, all four of them down on the ice, battling in that half wall. Barr then picks it up. He's got it. He passes it up to O'Brien. O'Brien now has a shot. He shoots, and that's gloved by the Illinois goaltender. .7:26 left in the first period. Score still 0-0. Face-off down in Illinois' end. Face-off's won by Illinois. They skated around their net. They move it up the boards. Both teams battling on the half wall. That kicks out in the middle, and ice picked up by Illinois. They're now skating it through the neutral zone. They then forced to dump it down deep. Conlon's back to retrieve. He circles around the far boards. He cuts back the other way, then shoves it back, trying to get it to Campbell. They come back to their D. They shoot it on net. That's wide. Peggy's there to beat the Illinois forechecker into the corner. Amos then able to backhand that puck out of the zone. Illinois now regrouping. They go D to D in their own zone, then pass up the ice. That's broken up by Ahlgren. Illinois then able to shoot it cross ice out of the zone as they go through the neutral zone. Conlon pitches them off. Both of them go down. Now battling here in the half wall. They're trying to throw it back to their point. Amos is there trying to get possession of it. Guardians then throw it along the boards. That's going to be no ice. That's waved off. Amos now putting pressure behind the net. Amos has it. He's trying to get it into the middle. Puck's intercepted by O'Brien, he cuts around. He has that puck then poked away. Illinois picks it up on the half wall. Moravicek steps up. He's able to hold his own. He gets it to Algrim. Algrim now moving in the middle of the ice. He bobbles it. Still battling, able to get control of it. He's taken down. Simonson now able to step up, hold that puck in. He tries to get it deep down the zone. Illinois then picks it up. They go cross ice. That bounces over the stick of Barr. Moravicek then passes it up to O'Brien. O'Brien now with it. He skates it into the middle of the ice. He's got a lane to shoot. He cuts around one guy. He tries to get it back to the middle. That goes wide. Barr now picking it up in the near corner here. Illinois then throws it out to Moravicek. Moravicek then throws it back deep to Barr. Barr now with it. He tries to get it to the middle. He circles around. He tries to get it to Moravicek, but can't quite get it there. Puck's then thrown into the center ice, picked up by Simonson. Simonson passes up to O'Brien. O'Brien can't quite hold on to that. Illinois now with it. Backhands it out of the zone. Barr gets there just in time to hold it. He throws it in deep. That puck goes all the way in behind the net. Algrim in the forecheck. Illinois steps around. They pass it up the ice. They're now coming through the neutral zone. Peggy steps up. He pushes that puck back into the neutral zone. Illinois forced to come back in their own zone. They go D to D. They go back to the other D. They then pass it cross ice. That goes over the stick. Ref calls tip. I don't know where that tip came from. Piggy now with it. He's skating it out of his zone. He's got some speed. He's taking it to the outside. He's got 3-on-2 here. He tries to get it into the middle. That's poked away. Campbell tries to get possession of the puck. Illinois comes out with it. They then go cross ice. Up the middle. They're now skating into the zone. We got a 2-on-1. He passed over to the right side. He shoots. That's blocked away by Wall. And then thrown out by Amos to get it out of trouble. They then throw it towards the net. That's broken up by Cromlin. Cromlin now down on the ice. Illinois picks it up. They pass it cross ice. Higgy's there to break that pass up in front of the net. Now battling in the far corner here. Puck comes around the net. Campbell stops. He comes back the other way. He then skates through the middle of the ice. He steps around one guy. He's now moving through the neutral zone. He takes a shot, and that's sealed up by the Illinois goaltender. Face-off won by Team Illinois. They get it down behind their net. They go D to D. Guardians are there to get control of that puck. They pass out to Barr. He cuts back. He shoots. That's on net. He covers. Face-off won by the Guardians. Barr picks it up. He then throws it up to O'Brien. O'Brien then has that stripped away. Illinois now starts. They shove it up the wall. That comes back to Moravicek. Moravicek picks it up in his own zone. He then throws it up the wall. That comes back to Illinois D. They try to get a shot. That doesn't go through. They then shoot wide. Algrim then behind the net. He passes it up to O'Brien. O'Brien now moves it to Barr. Barr now with it. He's skating it into the middle of the ice. He skates to the outside. He stops. He comes back the other way. He then circles back looking to get it across ice to Simonson. Simonson shoots, and that's blocked away by the Illinois goaltender. Team's battling. Algrim battling behind the puck. Illinois picks it up. They start to skate out of zone. They then pass it cross ice. They move into the neutral zone. Linette's there. Barr then gets it out of the zone. He gets it up. He's got Algrim with him. He's got a guy with him. He's on sides. Barr comes around. He steps around, shoots. That's blocked away by the goaltender. Barr now battling in the corner. With some help from Algrim. That puck sticks out. Picked up by Illinois. They then throw it up the wall. That's picked up. Illinois now skating it out of the zone. They come back into the middle. They enter the neutral zone. They try to pass it up. That's broken up by Algrim. Algrim now intercepts that puck. He then throws it in deep. Guardians go for a line change. Illinois goes D to D behind their own net. Guardians now starting to move in for the forecheck. They move it along the wall. Illinois now stepping out of their zone. He's got some speed. He's taken down. Conlon now with the puck. He skates it out of the zone. He moves it into the middle. He steps around one guy, steps around another guy. He's taken down. So we're going to have a whistle. Looks like Team Illinois is going to get a penalty. You're going to lose your pay on that. Face-off won by Team Illinois. Higgy there trying to hold his zone. He gets it. He skates it down deep to the zone. He passes it to O'Brien. O'Brien then back to Campbell. Campbell now goes cross ice to Conlon. Conlon takes a shot. That's blocked away. Illinois picks up in the corner. Conlon now steps up to hold the zone. They both go down. Campbell with the puck. He shoots. That's blocked by their goaltender. Team Illinois picks it up. He then throws it up. Conlon's going to pinch one more time. He throws it back deep into the zone. Illinois picks it up. He stops. He comes back. He's going to throw it up all the boards, trying to get it high off the glass. Conlon there to hold. He gets it, holds it. They then poke it in. Campbell trying to get to it. That comes out to Amos. Amos now pushes it around. Higgy now steps up. Puck's picked up by Campbell. Campbell shoots. That slips through, gets through the goalie, but not into the net. Goes all the way through back to Conlon. Conlon now passes it back down deep into the zone. They come back to Conlon. Conlon steps around one guy, then loses the puck. Able to come back. Illinois able to get it out of the zone. We now got a 3-on-1. Higgy back for the Guardians. He gets a good stick on it. They come through. Wall makes an incredible save as they get it over, and then it's poked out away by Higgy. Conlon now battling in the corner. They move it up to O'Brien. O'Brien now moving it in. He's got two guys ahead of him. He moves it to the outside. He has that puck poked away, but he's able to get control. He's circling around. He passes it out to Algrim. Algrim then tries to get it deep in the zone. Overcheck able to hold. Illinois coming back. They got guys in the middle. That's broken up by Guardians defense. Lynette goes, hustles in the corner, gets to Algrim. Algrim's tripped. He goes down. Barnow with it. Illinois coming to the outside. They backhand it towards the net. That's blocked away by Walsh. Picked up by Simonson. Simonson then passed to Algrim. That's going to be the end of the first period. So after one, Guardians controlled the majority of that game, had a lot of scoring opportunities. Not able to get past this goaltender. Score still 0-0 as we move into the second period. Both teams lining up here to start the second period. Face-offs won by Team Illinois. They get it up into the neutral zone as they start to enter the Guardian zone. All of them's there to break up that play. They get a shot on net. That goes wide. Both teams battling here on the half wall. That comes to the D. That's blocked by Sammy O'Brien. He's got to lay into the outside. He passes it over to Barr. Barr now backhands it back to Sammy. Puck's loose in front of the net. Illinois is then able to get it out. Illinois now skating through the neutral zone. They come into the middle of the ice. That's broken up by Higgy. Conlon now trying to get it out in front of the net. Higgy makes another diving stop to present that puck from getting into the middle of the ice in front of our net. Guardians then try to go cross ice. They take a shot. That goes wide. Conlon back behind the net. He throws it all the way around. Barr's trying to get to that point to get to that puck. Algrim now picks it up. He's got some speed. He's getting hooked. That comes back to Barr. Barr now skates it to the outside. He goes the outside. He's trying to get it out in front. He comes around the net. That puck's broken up, dropped behind the net. Illinois picks it up. They then pass it up the ice. Simonson steps up. Unable to get to that guy. Conlon back. He has a good stick. Pokes that puck away. Down into the corner. Illinois now moves it in the ice. Then they move it out to their point. That's broken up by Barr. Puck goes in deep into the zone. Simonson now with the puck. He steps around one guy. He's got some time. He then moves it up, trying to get it to Barr, and able to get it through. Illinois comes back the other way. That's going to be offsides in Illinois. Campbell in to take the draw. Puck's shot all the way down into the Illinois zone. Guardians, Amos battle in the corner along with Campbell. Campbell then gets it to Lynette. Lynette now takes a shot. That's blocked into the half wall here, picked up by Illinois. Illinois now starting to skate it out of their zone. He steps around two guys and gets it cross ice. They're now moving through the neutral zone. Moravicek tries to push him to the outside. He gets around, tries to push it out. Scrum there. Moravicek then throws it to the wall. Moravicek picks it up. He starts to skate it out of the zone. He's quickly met by two Illinois and forced to throw it into the neutral zone. Illinois now skating it back to the zone, but that's intercepted by Lynette. Lynette able to scoop it out, get it out of the zone. That comes back to Illinois' defense. They go D to D. They then start to skate it up. They get Gaden Lice. He's taken down. Puck's then thrown all the way back into Illinois' zone. That's retrieved by their defense. They step around. One of the Guardians start to move it through the ice. Guardians hustle back, able to break that up right here on the half wall. Guardians now trying to push it out of the zone. Illinois comes out with it. He got a lane of that. He shoots. That goes all the way through to the far side, picked up by Amos. Amos then tries to get it over to Lynette. That's intercepted by Illinois. Illinois now in their own zone. That's held in by Campbell. Campbell trying to get it up through the wall. He still has possession. He's body checked. No call. Straight body check. Open ice hit. No call. But Illinois now coming back the other way. Algrim now backhands it out of the zone. That's going to go all the way down in the Illinois zone. Not enough for an icing. Barr's in pursuit. He tries to break that up. Algrim now picks it up. O'Brien with the puck. He's got Algrim to the outside. He passes up to Algrim. Algrim now circles back. He comes through. He's got a lane. He shots, and that's sealed up by the goaltender. Face-off down in the Illinois zone. Face-off's won by the Guardians. That comes back to Higgy. He passes it up to Algrim. Algrim gets a backhand on net. That's pushed away by the goaltender. O'Brien now with the puck. He passes it out to Higgy. Higgy then shoots it on net. That's stopped by one of the Illinois defense. They then move it up. Higgy steps up and holds that puck. Algrim now with it. He's unable to hold on to it. Puck then squirts out of the zone. They're battling right here on the wall. That kicks out to Higgy. Higgy then goes D to D to Conlon. Conlon moves it up to Barr. Barr now tries to get it up to Algrim. Gets it into the zone. He plows through a guy. Picked up by O'Brien. O'Brien now has the puck. He's pushed up alongside the boards. Campbell now gains control of that puck. He throws it in the middle, but that's broken up by Illinois. They take it around behind their net. They then pass it up. Higgy doing a good job keeping them to the outside. They're then forced to dump it in the zone. Conlon retrieves behind the net. He then tries to get it up. That puck sends shot out of the zone into the neutral zone. Illinois shoves it back up the boards. Crowlin does a great job getting control of that puck. He passes it up to Amos. Amos now taking it to the outside. He stops. He's looking for Campbell. He comes back. He passes it over to Lynette. Lynette takes a shot. Doesn't get much on it, and that's intercepted by Illinois. Illinois comes back the other way. They're going down the far side. Amos is hustling back to cut him off. Amos able to get a stick on that. They're forced to dump it down deep. Higgy retrieves it behind his net. Higgy now coming out of the zone with speed. He steps around one guy. He's going to the net. He takes a shot, toe drag. He loses that puck. Illinois now coming back the other way. Lynette hustles back, catches that guy in the neutral zone. They then go cross ice. They try to skate in the middle of the ice. Crowlin then pushes him to the outside. Lynette intercepts that pass in the middle. He then tries to get it up. Crowlin picks it up. He's starting to move it up. Crowlin steps it up one guy. He gets it to the bar. Bar now skating it up the outside. He's got Campbell on the far side. He tries to get it over, but that's broken up. Bar now hustling back to catch that guy. Broken up by Higgy and Bar. Puck goes down into the far corner. They try to move it to the middle. That hits a skate. Guardians then flip it through the middle of the ice. That gets out. Bar now pokes it forward. That goes to the defense. Bar now with it. He's got a guy to the far side. He takes a shot on that. That's blocked out front. Campbell now with the puck. He steps around. He goes all around the net, trying to find an open guy. He tries to get it to Higgy. That bounces over six. Sorry, that's Simonson. Simonson has to hustle back to get to it. He's met by an Illinois guy. Now battle here right on the half wall inside the Guardian zone. That's blocked by Amos. Amos now skating it up the wall, trying to beat that Illinois defenseman. He gets it around. Algram there to help out. Amos comes out with it. He moves it. He takes a shot. That hits off the top of the goalie and pushed out behind the net. O'Brien now in the far corner. Illinois picks it back. They're going behind their own net, coming back the other way. They then move it up to the half wall. He tips it. Simonson's able to hold. He flips it high up off the glass, deep into the zone. Guardians get it in the corner, try to pass into the middle, unable to do so. That's intercepted. Comes out to Simonson. Simonson then dumps it in deep. Illinois now has a breakaway. They pass it cross ice. Luckily, that misses and goes long. It goes into the corner. Both teams now battling behind the Guardians' net. They pass it up to Amos. Amos now trying to get a hold of it. He goes down, unable to control. Illinois now picks it up behind the net. They skate around, throw it into the middle. That's broken up by Simonson. Simonson now battling in the corner. Simonson now skating it out of the zone. He's got a guy to the outside. He's got a 2-on-2 here. He tries to get it to the outside. Algram with the puck. He passed it through the middle. He can't get it. Can't quite get it there. Illinois now coming back the other way. They skate it to the outside. Lynette's hustling back, able to strip that puck away. He then tries to throw it up to Campbell. Campbell goes down, but able to get a stick on that puck, get it out of the zone. Bar now in pursuit, trying to get to that puck. Get onside. Guardians just offside, not able to get out quick enough. Puck's moved up. Illinois now skating it into the Guardian zone. He skates to the outside. He goes around Crowlin. Then try to get it out. Higgy then gets down, able to block that puck from coming to the middle. They then force to throw it down. Illinois picks it up behind the net. O'Brien now battling in the corner. They pass it out to the point. They take a shot. That goes wide. Campbell now picks it up in the corner. He starts to turn up ice. Teams battle, and that squirts out to the point. They go cross ice, able to hold the zone. Picked up by O'Brien. O'Brien now skates it to the outside. He tries to toe drag, but has that puck taken away. Illinois now coming back the other way. Battle here now on the half wall. Both teams trying to get control of that puck. Guardians are now able to slap that puck out of the zone. Illinois now regroups. They go D to D. They then pass it up the ice. That comes back to Cromlin. Cromlin starts to skate back into his own zone. He then comes through the middle of the ice, tries to get it up to Campbell. He's not able to reach. Bar now in pursuit of that defense. He blocks it, but Illinois comes out with it. They're now skating it through the middle zone. That's broken up by Guardians. Guardians trying to get possession in the neutral zone, which they do. Campbell now skating it into the zone. He shoots it on net. That's going to come back the other way. Barr's there. He throws it out in front of the net. Guardians are making a line change. Nobody's there. Algram now picks it up on the wall, trying to hold the zone. Lynette there, help out. They pass it up to Algram. Algram now steps around one guy. He gets through. He's trying to get a shot off. He passes it back to Simonson. Simonson passes it over to Lynette. Lynette's not able to get to it. Puck comes out to Morvacek. Morvacek holds his own. That's intercepted by Illinois. Now it's in the skates of the Guardians' feet right here on the blue line. Illinois able to get that out. Algram now intercepts the puck. He then turns and throws it on net. Which goaltender plays it out to defense? Lynette now trying to get there. They throw it all the way up the boards. Algram now picks it up. Illinois is able to step around Morvacek. Now they got a guy in front of the net. They go cross ice. That's broken up by Simonson. He throws it over to the half wall. Guardians then backhanded out of the zone back to the Illinois defense as they regroup. They go D to D. They come back here the other way. They now start to skate it into the zone. Guardians push them to the outside. Guardians then push it to the outside. They go D, or Illinois goes D to D, then cross ice, trying to get through the neutral zone. That's broken up by Lynette. Lynette now with it. He's skating it to the outside. He stops. He cuts back the other way. He then tries to get in the middle of the ice. That's intercepted by Illinois. They skate it around their net. He stops, looking. He passes it out to the half wall. Guardians now battling for the puck. That kicks out to Lynette. Lynette tries to shoot it on net. He fans. Simonson steps up, throws it back deep into the zone. Campbell then retrieves on the corner. He's got some room. He's back in. He's trying to push it up front. Puck's loose in front of the net. He's going to get a shot. That's blocked away by the defense. He's tripped, and Illinois will go to the box for tripping. .4:22 left in the second period. Score still 0-0. Face-off down in Illinois zone. Face-off's won by the Guardians. Back to Higgy. Higgy then passes it up, trying to get it to the bar. Puck goes down to the corner. Cromlin now with the puck. He's behind the net. He skates towards the middle. He then loses that puck. Illinois now skates it out of the zone. Cromlin hurries up, gets back. Illinois fires it on net. That's kicked away by Wall. Higgy now with the puck. He moves it up to Campbell. Campbell then tips it up to O'Brien. O'Brien now with it. He passes it over to Barr. Barr shoots. That's blocked away. Glove jumps over the top of the net, nearly in the end. They're now pushing out in front. Campbell then passes it out to Cromlin. Cromlin passes it back to Campbell. Campbell now with it. He's looking for an open guy. He starts to move it around. He goes to the top of the zone. He passes it off to Cromlin. Cromlin now starts to move into the zone. He passes into the middle. Barr just out of the reach. Barr now with it in the half wall. He starts to pass across ice. He gets it over to Cromlin. Cromlin now gets it up to Campbell. Campbell now in the far corner trying to get it into the middle. That's passed across. That hits off the goalie and kicks out front. Illinois then pass. That's intercepted by Higgy. Higgy now skating the zone. He goes down. He passes it over to Campbell. Campbell now with it in the far corner. He's trying to get it across ice. He fires it on net. That's pushed away to corner. Barr now beats the guy. They force it around the boards. Higgy steps up, picked up by O'Brien. O'Brien now with it in the corner. He's looking to get it in the middle. That hits off the goalie. Barr now with it. He shoots it. He scores! Gets the rebound. O'Brien takes a shot from the corner, kicks out from the goalie. Barr's there to get the rebound and buries that right onto the inside under the glove. That puts the Guardians up by 1 with 2:49 left in the second period. Face-off won by the Guardians. They try to dump it in deep. Illinois defense skates it around. They go D to D behind the net. Illinois now holding it behind their net, looking for an opening. They then pass it up, but that's intercepted by Lynette. Lynette now pokes it around the defense, trying to get it around the ref. That comes back up the wall. Illinois now starts to skate it out of their zone. They cross it. That's intercepted by Simonson. Simonson now with the puck. He's got a lane. He shoots. That's blocked by an Illinois defenseman. Their defense goes down. They pass it out front. That comes long to Morbacek. Morbacek able to hold the zone. He then throws it in. That puck wraps around the boards. Guardians then throw it in the middle. That's loose. He gets Algram now with the puck. He tries to get it over to Simonson. Unable to do so. Illinois now skating it out of their zone. That's broken up by Lynette. Lynette now battling here on the half wall right inside the Guardian zone. And they're able to push. Illinois then cannot hold the zone. They go D to Z into their own zone. They fumble it. Guardians then waiting to get back on signs. Algram with the puck. He's trying to find space. He cuts back to the middle. He goes through a few guys, then passes it up, but that's intercepted by Illinois. Illinois just barely able to get it out of the zone. Algram now picks it up in the neutral zone. He skates it. He's got a lane to the outside, but Guardians are just not able to get back on sides in time. Minute 23 left in the second period. Guardians up by 1. Face-off just outside the Illinois zone. Face-off's won by the Guardians. O'Brien picks it up. He passes it up to O'Brien. O'Brien now can't hold on to that puck. Illinois now cross ice. Illinois now skating it up the far side. Cromlin able to poke that puck away, but Illinois regains control. They then try to pass it in the middle of the ice. That's broken up by the Guardians. Higgy now races over into the half wall. He steps around a guy. He's now got some room. He's got speed. He's coming through the neutral zone. He skates it to the outside. He's now looking to get it into the middle. That's tipped in front by Campbell, blocked by the goaltender. Barnow with the puck. He passes it over to O'Brien. O'Brien goes over to Higgy. Higgy then shoots, and that's gloved. Puck's loose in front of the net. After the goalie can hold on to that. Illinois picks it up in the corner. They pass up the wall. Higgy now steps up. He comes through. He's taken down. Puck's now loose in front of the net. Picked up by Illinois. They circle back deeper into their own zone. They try to cut back. That's stopped up by the Guardians. Teams battle, and they try to throw it out front. That hits off the skate of an Illinois player and shoots out behind the net. Puck's now trying to shoot out. That's poked away by the goalie back behind the net. Yeah, gets out in front. The bar shoots. Puck's still loose in front. That comes out to Cromlin. Cromlin shoots. That goes through. Puck's loose. Throws again. And that able to be sealed up by the Illinois goaltender. That'll do it for this period. We got 0.4 seconds left on the clock, so that'll do it. Guardians try to line up. Barr took that face off, just trying to get that shot off right on net, but he hits the shin pads of the center, and that's going to end the second period. We are getting ready to start the third period. Illinois wins the draw back to their defense. They skate it to the boards. They then move it into the middle of the ice. That's broken up by Higgy. Cronlin now with the puck. He then throws it up the boards, trying to get at the bar. Ref can't get it through the ref here, right in front of the net, or not in front of the net. Guardians now, or Illinois picks it up in their own zone. They go D-to-D behind the net. Bar's there. He picks up the puck. He's now circling through the top of the zone. He then passes it over to Algrim. Algrim picks it up on the half wall, skates it down deeper into the zone. He now circles back. He's trying to get it to the middle. That's pushed out to Higgy. Higgy takes a shot. That's loose in front. Oh! Campbell takes a shot, passes it back out to Cronlin. Cronlin throws it back to O'Brien. O'Brien goes down. He passes out to Bar. Bar shoots. That hits out the blocker. Now picked up by Algrim. Algrim now circles. He's coming towards the net. He steps back. He's taken down in front. Puck's loose in front of the net. That kicks back out to Illinois. Illinois now starting to skate it out of their zone. They pass it over to the guy that's long. Picked up by Higgy. Higgy now circles back the other way. He gets it out of his zone. He passes it up to Algrim. Illinois is making a change. We got a one-on-one with Algrim. He skates around the defense. He now comes around the net, tries to get it out front. Puck's loose, right on the post, then squirts out behind the net. Illinois then throws it. Higgy now able to hold his own. He gets it to O'Brien. O'Brien now trying to get it. Cronlin tries to hold his own, can't quite get to it. He's forced to come back and regroup. He steps around a guy. He's now got some room. He skates into the middle of the ice. He toe drives, shoots. That kicked over. Campbell now picking it up in the corner. Guardians now with it. He wraps it around the net. He passes it out to Higgy. Higgy now steps around a few guys, then forced to dump it down to Algrim. Algrim now tries to center, but that's intercepted. Guardians unable to hold his own. Morvacek then passes it over to Higgy. Higgy then passes it up to Lynette. Lynette trying to get it into the middle. But that kicks out to the Illinois defense as they start to move up the boards. Simonson goes down, able to poke that puck away, and then Campbell chips it around a guy. He's trying to hold on to that puck to enter the zone. He then dumps it around deep. Puck circles around behind the net. Amos now there trying to break it up. That's intercepted shot by Campbell. That's pushed away by Illinois goaltender. Campbell now picks up the puck once again. He's rubbed out in the corner. Illinois then picks it up. Illinois fires it up the wall. They then move it into the middle of the ice. They can't hold on to it. That pushes all the way into the Guardian zone. Lynette trying to get hold of that puck. Campbell now with it, able to kick it with a skate up to himself. He now gains the center ice, starts moving into the zone. He's all the way on the outside. He's going to wrap it around the net. He passes it out, trying to get it to Morvacek, unable to get it there. Illinois now picks up that puck. Barr's able to rub him out, allowing Morvacek to intercept that pass. Puck kicks out in the neutral zone. And then puck shoots up into the Guardians bench. We'll have a whistle. Face off in the Guardian zone. Illinois comes out with it. They pass it up. Morvacek then throws it cross ice. Not going to be enough for an icing. Illinois then picks it up, skates it around their net. Brian now with the puck. He skates it around the net. He's trying to find a guy. He passes it out to Morvacek, but that's just too long for him. Puck comes all the way back into the Guardian zone. Morvacek picks it up. He then throws it up to O'Brien. O'Brien can't quite hold on to it, but he's able to regain control. That kicks over to Algrim. Algrim then moves it up the ice. But that Barr then tips it. He's able to get a tip on that puck. The Illinois player goes down. Barr's now able to get that puck in the corner. He passes it up to Higgy. Higgy with it. He shoots. And that's gloved by the Illinois goaltender. Guardians win the draw. That comes back to Cronlin on a point. He goes back to Lynette. Lynette goes back to Cronlin. Cronlin shoots. That's through, but goalie's able to see that and seal it up. Face-off moves to the other side. Illinois then throws it up to Cromlin. Cromlin's trying to get it over to Lynette, but unable to get it there. Higgy now with the puck. He skates it into his own zone. He goes cross ice to Cromlin. Cromlin now circles back the other way. He throws it up the boards. That's intercepted. That's going to be offsides. Not called. Illinois now regrouping in their neutral zone. Illinois dumps in their zone. Hickey picks it up behind the net. He then throws it up to Lynette. Lynette trying to get it over to Amos. Unable to get it there. Battle here just outside the zone. Guardians able to flip it out into the neutral zone. Illinois' defense picks it up. He circles around, throws it up the boards. Cromlin able to kick that back into the neutral zone. Illinois then goes D to D in their own zone. They then pass it up. Higgy's able to step up, intercept that pass, then dump it in deep before going in for a change. Amos picks it up. He's skating it around the net. He shoots it. That's out front. Illinois then throws it high off the glass and out of the zone. Illinois coming back the other way. That's stripped away by Cromlin. Cromlin then slaps it around behind the net. Barnow picks it up. He's trying to get around a defender. He's able to get there. He kicks it up to himself. He's got control of the puck, moving it over. Almost gets it over to O'Brien. Brian's then taken out. Illinois now coming back the other way. They try to move it in the middle. That's poked away by Simonson, but picked up by Illinois. They shoot it. That's blocked away again by Simonson. Picked up by Algrim. Algrim now skating it out of the zone with speed. He passes it up to O'Brien. O'Brien now with it. He steps around a guy. Can't quite hold on to it. He then picks it up in the corner, then tries to move it into the middle. Puck then slips in behind the net. Illinois now is trying to push it up the boards. Barn Algrim there to hold the zone. Puck's now in possession with Illinois behind their own net. Illinois then starts to skate it out of their own zone. They pass it up. Algrim's then able to hold zone. Barnow with the puck. He's battling there on the half wall. He's trying to get it to Algrim. Algrim able to pick that up. Algrim then goes cross ice to Simonson at the point. He passes it up to O'Brien. O'Brien then pushes it towards the net. That's sticked away by the goaltender. Illinois now coming back the other way. Algrim does a nice job getting to that half wall. Illinois then comes back up the same wall which they came. They then move it over to the center and able to dump it up. Now Morvacek with one Illinois player. He's able to break that puck up. And then they take a shot. That's pushed away. Guardians able to push it out. Barnow with it. He's got two defenders in front of him. He skates it through. He takes it out to the outside. He then forces to dump it down. He's tired. He's got to get off. Lynette now with it. He's trying to get control. Higgy steps up. He just has that puck poked away. Now Illinois able to chip that out of the zone. Amos now picks up that puck. He gets it into the zone. He gets around a defender. He's still with the puck. He tries to chip it over into the middle. That goes to Lynette. Lynette now with the puck. He still has it. He pushes over to the middle. That goes all the way through. Campbell now picks it up on the far side. He passes out to Morvacek. Morvacek then goes back to Campbell. Campbell now looks across ice to Higgy. Higgy now takes a slapper. That's tipped out in front and wide. Illinois now picks it up in the corner. They throw it up. That's broken up by Amos. Amos then throws it towards the net. Puck's loose. Goaltender then seals it up. 6:59 left in the third period. Guardians still up by one. Face off down in Illinois zone. Face-off's won by the Guardians. They chip it down deep. Illinois then throws it up the boards. Higgy's there to pinch. Barr's there also. 2 trips in a row. No call. Illinois then slips out. Cromlin then tries to tip it around. Unable to do so. Illinois then comes back the other way. They dump it back to their point. They shoot it on net. That comes out the post. That comes back loose. They thought they scored, but I hit off the post, kicked back the other way. They then sent it right through the crease. Now both teams battling through in the corner. O'Brien now picks it up. He tries to get it up to Barr. Barr can't quite hold on to it. Illinois now comes back the other way. They pass it into the middle of the ice. That's poked away. Algrim now with the puck. Barr now battling. He's able to get that puck down into the Guardian zone. Illinois now goes D to D in front of their own net. They then pass it up the ice, and then go cross ice. That's blocked by Barb, but not well enough. Illinois now still coming up the other way. They then throw it on net. That's broken up by Simonson. Simonson now coming back the other way. He passes up to Barr. Barr then tips it out of the zone, goes for a change. Illinois then picks it up. They're regrouping in their own zone. They pass it up. That's broken up by the Guardians. Campbell picks it up. He then he dumps it down deep. Amos in. He's first guy in. He's able to get possession of that puck. He's now circling around top of the zone. He then loses it. Puck comes back out to the neutral zone. Simonson then goes back to Morbacek. Morbacek unable to control that puck. Illinois picks it up in the zone. They then get it to the middle of the ice. Illinois not able to reach it. Simonson now battling there on the half wall. Campbell in to help out. Campbell now with possession of the puck. He's rubbed out. Still not able to get it out of the zone. Well, we had a scrum right there in front of the Guardians bench. Looks like we're going to have some coincidental penalties. I don't understand why the ref is having a conversation with the penalty worker. Maybe they're just trying to figure out like what the call is. We will still have 5-on-5 hockey. Face off down in the Guardian zone. 5 minutes left in the third period. Face-off's won by Illinois to their defense. They then push it down deep. That's intercepted by Campbell. Campbell now unable to hold on to it. Simonson then able to push that puck out of the zone. Illinois now goes D to D. They then turn and fire it up the boards. That's picked off by Campbell. Campbell fires it on net. That's pushed away by the goaltender. Barr now battling. He tries to kick it up front. Illinois then picks it up, goes around their net, throws it up. Simonson able to hold the zone. He throws it back in deep. Barr now with it. He tries to get it over to Campbell. Campbell now with it on the wall. Battling. He's taken down. They get it back to Morbacek. Morbacek then throws it down deep. Puck rims all the way around behind the net. Amos is there on the backside trying to get control of that puck. Illinois comes out with it. They start to skate around. They chip it up the boards. They're now skating it through the neutral zone. Barr there trying to break that up. Simonson does a good job getting it out of his skates. Barr now picks it up. He's got some speed. He's going to be able to get around. He tries to get it through the middle, but has that puck stripped away. Illinois then throws it down D to D behind their net. He stops. He goes back. Rims it all the way around the wall. Guardians there trying to hold his own. Barr with it. He goes down. Illinois able to gain control. They're now skating it out of their zone. They try to pass it cross ice. That's intercepted by Algram. Algram now with it on the wall. He comes through. That's going to be no ice. Algram picks it up on the wall. O'Brien then able to keep that puck in the zone. He then throws it around, rims it in behind the net. Illinois then able to poke it around. They start to skate it out of their zone. They're going up the far wall. Higgy now pushes him to the outside. He tries to get a shot, but that's broken up by the Guardians' defense. That kicks out. Illinois goes to the defense. They then force to throw it all the way around. That rims all the way around the net. Conlon there meets Illinois behind. Both of them go down. Algram comes in to help out. Illinois now with it in the corner. They pass it out to their D. He's not able to hold on to it. Puck slips out. O'Brien's there trying to break up that D-to-D pass. Unable to quite get there. Illinois then pokes it back into center. They then circle back into their own zone to regroup. O'Brien then nearly strips that puck away. Sorry, that's Campbell. Conlon now trying to push him to the outside. Illinois now skating around the Guardians' net. They pass it out to their point. Point then steps in, backhands it deep into the zone. Higgy now battling in the corner. Barr now hustling to that half wall, trying to hold that zone. Puck's now loose in front of the net. Barr picks it up, and he gets to the Campbell. Campbell now skating it to the outside. He then has that puck poked away. He's able to regain control. That's thrown on net. That's pushed away by the goaltender. Illinois now circles back. They go back the other way. They then pass it up the wall. Guardians are able to hold the zone. Illinois chips it up out of the zone. Novacek steps up. He dumps all the way down. That's intercepted by Illinois. They're now loose in the neutral zone. Barr picks it up. He's got a lane to the net. He takes toe drag, shoots, just goes wide. Campbell picks it up. He sees O'Brien in front. He tries to wrap around. O'Brien completely gets taken out in front of the net. Puck comes out to Simonson on the point. He dumps it down deep. O'Brien now battling in the corner. Illinois comes out with it. They then pass it cross ice. That's intercepted by Algram. Algram now with it. He's got some room. He gets to the outside. He cuts back, passes it through the middle, but that's pushed away by the goaltender. Illinois now picks it up. They step into the middle of the ice. They pass it cross ice. They then come back the other way. Moravicek's back, trying to get him to the outside. Moravicek and that player both go down. Puck then comes up to Campbell. Campbell trying to push that puck up. Sorry, that's Amos. Illinois now coming back the other way. .31 seconds left in the third period. Both these teams just kind of look exhausted at this point as this one comes closer to the close. Face-off will be just outside the Guardian zone, and Illinois will take a timeout. The horn sounds for both teams to reconvene. Face-off will be just outside the Guardian zone. We'll see if Illinois comes out with 6, which is kind of looking that's the way it's going to be. Illinois lines up with a player to the far side of the blue line, forcing Higgy to play out. They win it back to their defense. Guardians here battling the half wall. Illinois comes out with it. Guardians is able to hold that out of the zone. Illinois then picks it up. They go back to their D in their own zone. Their D circles around. They pass it back up the wall. They then go cross ice. That's blocked by Campbell. Campbell then gives it to Algram. Algram then shoots. That hits a leg and kicks over into the far corner. 3 seconds left. They got it behind their net. They're not going to have enough time, and that's going to be the end of this game. Guardians put up a valiant effort in this game. Very physical. Lots of collisions out there. They're able to battle hard throughout this game, come out with a 1-0 victory. Both teams now lining up to shake hands. So great effort by the Guardians today. They're able to come out with a win. 2-1 for the weekend. We will now make the venture back home to Wisconsin. And we will be back in 2 weeks. I just want to say good luck to all the deer hunters out there. Hopefully you guys get the big 30-pointer and bring home some meat for your families. Those that aren't hunting, I hope you enjoy your time off. And we'll be back in a few weeks, so thank you for watching. And stay tuned for the next one. Thank you very much.